everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 Braves baseball. This is game number 2 of a doubleheader on May 9th between the Montreal Expos and Atlanta Braves. And let's take a look at the visiting Expos starting lineup. Leading off, playing left field, Warner Camarte. Batting second, playing second, Dave Cash. Batting third, playing center field is Andre Dawson. Batting fourth, playing first base, Tony Perez. Batting fifth, playing right field, Ellis Valentine. Batting sixth, playing third base, Larry Parrish. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, Chris Spire. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Bob Reese. And on the mound, batting ninth is Hal Dukes. And for your hometown Atlanta Braves, leading off, playing second base, Jerry Royster. Batting second, playing center field, Roland Office. Batting third, doing the catching, Biff Pocoroba. Batting fourth, playing left field, Jeff Burris. Batting fifth, playing right field, Brian Asselton. Batting sixth, playing first base, Dale Murphy. Batting seventh, playing third base, Rod Gilbreth. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Darrell Cheney. And batting ninth on the mound is Phil NIEKRO. Let's go down here to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and get this game started. And leading off for the Expos is Camarte, batting .253, no homers, 7 RBIs. This is Phil NIEKRO's 8th appearance. He's 4-1 with a 2.37 ERA. And here's the pitch to Camarte. And that's going to be against a righty. 15. That's going to be a single in the right field. So right away, the Expos get the first batter aboard here for Dave Cash. And Cash is batting .304 in the year. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He can't get to that knuckleball. One down here. Brings up the Hawk, Andre Dawson. And Dawson's batting a .194, 3 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be against a 15. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Let's see if he advances here. It'll be a 40. Brian's got a good arm out there. Not great, but good. Marte. 16. 24 to get the third. 46. He's going to stay put at second. So we got first and second now. And only one out. And Tony Perez steps up to the plate now. And Perez is batting .329, 2 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a infield here. 7, 14, 16, 28, 30. And that's going to be a foul out to the second baseman. Royster in foul territory makes the catch for out number 2. And up to the plate steps Valentine now. And he's batting a .171 with a homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a comebacker to NIEKRO. And let's see, he'll probably go to first with this. And he does. And that'll be out number 3. 1. So the Expos strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Expos nothing. Braves coming up the bat. Royster, Office, and Pokeroba do up here. Royster's batting .252, no homers, 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second to his counterpart. Cash fires over to first to Perez for out number 1. And Roland Office is up now. And Office is batting .329 on the year. He's got a homer and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be against a 14, 10. Yeah, 14 and a 10. And that's going to be a single in the center field. So Office is aboard here with 1 out. See if the Braves can make something happen here with Office down at first. And here's the pitch to Pokeroba, batting .294 with 3 homers and 10 RBI. And he gets a hold of this. He's going to drive that ball into, see, against a righty. It's on the 12. That ball is going to be hit in the right field. Let's see if Office is going to try to get down the third here. Valentine's got a gun out there, a cannon, really. Let's see here. In the right field. That'll be a reroll of dice here. 6. That'll be a 44. Minus the 39. And I believe he's going to stay put too. So that'll be a base hit. Base hit in the right field. Office is going to stay put. So now we got first and second. Only 1 out for Burris. Runner in scoring position here for Atlanta to try to get on the board first. And Jeff is batting .287, 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 46 on a 1 will probably be fielding column 3. And it is. And the only play he'll have, he spins around, fires down the second. So now we got first and third and 2 outs for Brian Asselton. And Brian's batting .224. No homers and 2 RBIs. Can he drive in Office from third here, give the Braves the lead? Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Parrish up with it, fires across the diamond, and the Braves strand too. We get to the top of the second, it's still no score. We got Parrish, Spire, and Reese due up here in the top of the second. And Parrish is batting .392, 4 homers and 14 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster at second. Fires over to Murph for out number 1. That'll bring up Chris Spire now. And Spire's batting .269. He's got no homers and 10 RBIs. And that'll be a base on balls. So NIEKRO issues his first walk to go with his 1 strikeout. That brings up Bob Reese. NIEKRO get a ground ball double play and get out of this inning. And this is Reese's first plate appearance of the year. In 1978, he batted a .182, no homers and 3 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He can't figure that knuckleball out. And that'll be out number 2. Al Deuce comes up now. And Al is batting 0 for 4 in the year. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Asselton in right field, and that'll end the inning. The Expos strand another. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Murphy, Gilbreth, and Cheney due up here. Murph's down to 215, but he has 7 home runs and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. That'll be out number 1. And Ron Gilbreth steps up to the plate now. See if Gilbert can get something going. He's batting an even 200. No homers and 7 RBI. And he squares this one up. Gilbert puts a charge into it. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. That's going to be a 1-out double. And Gilbert down there at second for Daryl Cheney now. Cheney drive him in here with 1 out. Daryl Cheney is batting .474 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against the righty. 15 and an 8. Yep. 15 and an 8. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 31 and an 8. Spire's a pretty damn good fielding shortstop. And that's barely going to be fielding column 2. And he looks the runner back to second. Fires over the first. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at second. Can Nuxie, old Phil NIEKRO, help his own calls here, folks? And Phil's batting a 111, no homers and no RBIs. Can he pick up an RBI here? Single probably scores him. And 14 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Parrish up with it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. And the Braves strand another one in scoring position. To the top of the third we go. To the top of the order we go. Camarte, Cash, and Dawson. You got Camarte. He start this game off with a single. And that's going to be that's going to be a swing and a miss. NIEKRO strikes him out for out number 1. And now Cash is up. And he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play. And 42 on 36. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch. 0-1 pitch to him. And he's going to hit that ball in the right field for a 1-out base hit. That brings up Andre Dawson. He singled his first time up. Now he's got a runner down at first. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Dawson. And that's just what the Braves was looking for. That's a tailor-made double play. Hit down to Royster, over to Cheney, over to Murphy. 4-6-3 double play. Gets them out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third and the top of the order due up for the Braves. You can see Montreal and Atlanta's record there. Expos are 15-7 with 136 strikeouts, 77 walks, 42 doubles, and 2 triples. And the Braves are 10-16, 181 strikeouts, 112 walks, 50 doubles, and 18 triples. And here's the pitch to Royster, who's over 1, grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Perez has got it. Calls off Howe. Makes the play himself for out number 1. And Office is up now. And Office is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound over the first. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. And it's up to Pocoroba here to get a 2-out rally started. And Biff, he singled his first time up. And not this time. That's a ground ball down the Chris at short, over to Perez. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning To the top of the fourth we go. Talking about Perez, he'll lead this inning off, followed by Valentine and Parrish. Perez popped up the second his first time up, and that's going to be a ground ball down the short, over to first for out number one. And Ellis Valentine is up now. Valentine is 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. That'll be a fly ball in the left. Quick 2 outs here. As you can see Montreal's schedule, they got 2 games against. That don't make no sense. We're on the 9th. They got a, yeah, why they're showing the 7th is beyond me. They got a, go on the road against the, go home against the Mets after this, the 10th and the 11th. And Parrish is up. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out the second his first time up. And against a righty, that'll be an 18. That's going to be a nice play down at short by Cheney. He gets to that ball, plants, throws over to first, and they just get Parrish. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for NIEKRO. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Burris, Asselton, and Murphy due up here. Jeff, he reached on a fielder's choice the first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. Got a runner down at first and nobody out for Asselton. See if he can keep the merry-go-round going. He grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Valentine's got it. That'll be the first out of the inning. See if old Murph can get something going here. Like to see him start to get the hunt. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. That'll probably be fielding column number 2. And it is. And Burris only played for Howe is over to first. Burris will get down to second. Now there's 2 outs for Gilbreth. Can he drive him in here? Might take a double to score Burris. He's not very fast. Gilbert did hit a double his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 17. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Cash is up with it. Sorry, with 2 outs, that's going to be a pop up in the center field. And that'll be out number 3. And the Braves strand Burris at second. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still no score here in Atlanta. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Expos. Spire, Reese, and Doss. Here's the pitch to Spire, who has walked his first time up. And that's going to be a nice play again down there by Cheney. He's making some good plays down there, helping NIEKRO out. That'll be out number 1. Brings up Reese now. And Reese is 0 for 1, struck out his first time against NIEKRO. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And again, Cheney makes a nice play. This one a little easier. Round number 2. It's up to Hal to do it himself here. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll be NIEKRO's 4th strikeout of the game. To the bottom of the 5th we go. The bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. Cheney, NIEKRO, and then it turns over to Royster. And Cheney, he grounded out the short his first time up to his counterpart. And against a 15, that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Valentine's got it. That'll be out number 1. And up to the plate now steps Phil NIEKRO. See if Phil can get a 1-out base hit here. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Hal. Back to the top of the order we go now. 2 outs. Royster's grounded out twice, once to first and once to second. And that's going to be a base hit. Nice infield hit by Royster. He's aboard here now with 2 outs. See if Royster stays put here. I think he's going to be taking off trying to get in the scoring position. So it'll be a 25. And that'll be a 51 or lower. He's safe. And he's out of there. They throw Royster out. That'll end the inning. The Braves, nothing. The Expos, nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. We got the top of the order due up here for the Expos. Camarte, Cash, and Dawson. And Camarte's 1 for 2, singled and struck out. And that's another swing and a miss. After getting a leadoff single, NIEKRO's figured him out. That brings up Cash. He's 1 for 2 today. He struck out and singled also. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Jeff Burris has got it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Dawson now, and he's singled in this game off of NIEKRO. He's 1 for 2, and then he hit into a 4-6-3 double play his other time up. That's a fly ball out the right, a 1-2-3 inning for NIEKRO. To the bottom of the 6th we go. And Office will lead it off. He was up to bat when Royster got thrown out stealing, followed by Pocoroba and Burris. Rollins 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out to the mound. And he drives this ball in the right field. And Valentine gets over there quickly, cuts it off, holds Office to a single. Leadoff batters aboard here, though, with Pocoroba coming up to the plate. And Biff is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out the short. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. How far is this one going to travel? And that ball is hit into the gap in right field, down the first base line. Nobody out here. Let's see what Office is going to do. So that's going to be a 42 minus a 39 plus 17. And he's going to stay put at third. So we're going to have second and third, nobody out. And Jeff Burris steps up to the plate. Expos will play back, not trying to give up a big inning. Figure they're finally going to get the NIEKRO one way or another. Burris is 0 for 1. He's reached on a fielder's choice and walk, so he's been on base both times. You got Office down at third, Pocoroba down at second. Here's the pitch to Jeff, and that's going to be a base on balls. He just walked. The base is loaded, folks. And up to the plate steps Brian Asselton. Can Brian bust this game open here for the Braves? Everywhere you look, there's a Bravo. Office at third, Pocoroba at second, Burris at first. And Brian at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third and flew out the right. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Hal just walked in the go-ahead run, and still bases loaded. They go out and ask him what the hell his problem is, as Holdsworth is getting up in the bullpen. And Dale Murphy steps up to the plate now. Base is still juiced. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and grounded out to the mound. And here's the pitch to Murph. And against a righty, that'll be a 15 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Pocoroba doesn't have that great a speed. And Dawson has a good arm out there. let's see what's going to happen here. 45. 45 minus a 34. And he's going to stay put. 17. It'd be a 35 or lower. So Poker Robo is going to stay put. It'll be a fly ball. Now there's 2 ounces. Murph can't get a run in. So it's up to Gilbreth. Gilbreth is 1 for 2. He's doubled and flew out to center. And that's going to be another base on balls. So the Braves, without getting a hit with bases loaded, have scored 2 here. And Cheney up the bat. And Darrell is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flew out the right. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. He's going to fire over to first. And that'll do it. But the Braves scored 2. Take a 2-0 lead to the top of the 7th. We got Perez, Valentine, and Parrish due up here. And Perez is that was only 2 outs. So redo this. I thought that was 3 outs. So now I got to redo this and go back and look here. Got to go back and look. Cheney up on a see if they get a double play. See if they get a double play. I didn't check for that since I thought it was 2 ounces. 28 and yep, that's going to be a double play. That's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. So that does end the inning. And now NIEKRO's coming out. He'll face Perez, who is 0 for 2, followed by Valentine and Parrish. Now he's got a 2-0 lead here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Perez for out number 1. And Valentine's up here. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. That'll be out number 2. And it's up to Parrish to keep this inning alive here. Parrish is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once the second, once the short. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 2-0 Braves. And I think this might be the last inning. So he'll be in 11. This might be the last inning for Howe. Hopefully he can make it through this 7th inning. He's due up 3rd. He'll have NIEKRO followed by Royster and Office. Here's the pitch to Nutsy. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Parrish. He fires over to Perez for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order and Jerry Royster. And Royster is singled. Got caught stealing, grounded out to second and first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to first. Perez will take it himself for out number 2. So it's up to Office here to get on base. Try to get the Braves some more insurance runs. He's 2 for 3. He has singled, grounded out to the pitcher, singled, and came around the score. And that's going to be a base on balls, and they'll take it. Office is down at first. Let's see here. Is he going to take off? 24. Trying to get in a scoring position. That'll be a 46 or lower. Let's see if he can get down to second. And he does. So Office steals second. Now you got a runner in scoring position for Biff Pokeroba with 2 outs and a base hit will probably score him. And Biff is 2 for 3. He has doubled, singled, and grounded out the short. And that ball is well hit. Nice piece of base running by Office to get in scoring position. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. That ball is out of here, folks. Home run, Biff Pokeroba, the dead center field, no doubt about it. He doubles your pleasure, doubles your fun, doubles the lead to 4-0. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Jeff Burris. Burris is 0 for 1. He has walked twice and reached on a fielder's choice. He's been on base every time. Here's the pitch to Burris. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 42. I'll probably be fielding column number 1. He's a damn good fielder. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play out there by Valentine to get him out of this inning. But the Braves scored 2 on the Biff Pokeroba home run and lead this 4-0. We go to the top of the 8th. NIEKRO pitching a 3-hit shutout. He'll have Spire, Reese, and a pitch hitter for Hal. Here's the pitch from Chris, and he squares this one up against NIEKRO. Expos ain't going down without a fight. And that ball is hit out into down the third base line. That'll be a leadoff double for Chris. So Chris is down at second with nobody out for Reese. And Reese is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out and grounded out to short. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. A big strikeout there by NIEKRO keeps him at second. That'll be it for Hal. He's coming out of the game. And Holdsworth will come in to pitch the bottom of the 8th and see who's going to come off the bench here against old Phil. And Jerry White is going to come off the bench, switch hitter. See if he can get on board here with the Expos trailing by 4. Got a runner down at second and 1 out. And Jerry is batting 1,000. He's had 1 plate appearance. He is 1 for 1. And here's the pitch to White. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And with him already being in a scoring position, he doesn't have awesome speed. Chris is going to stay put. So now there's 2 outs, and we're to the top of the order. So far, the leadoff double hasn't moved yet. And Camarte's up. He is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. Can NIEKRO give him the hat trick here, folks? And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Royster makes the catch in shallow right field. And the leadoff double goes to naught. Expos strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And we'll have a new pitcher here for the Expos. Holdsworth will come out of the bullpen here. Trying to keep this a 4-run game. Gilbreth here in the bottom of the eighth with the Braves up 4-0. Brian is 0 for 2. He has grounded out the third, flew out the right, walked and driven in a run with that walk. Here's the pitch to Brian, and that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be a single infield hit for Brian. So the Braves get the leadoff batter aboard here. And up to the plate steps Dale Murphy now. Nobody out and a runner down at first. Murph deliver here. He is 0 for 3 today. He has flown out the left, grounded out to the pitcher, and flew out the center. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Murph's not having a great day here. That is one down. Here's a guy having a Gilbreth is 1 for 2. He has singled. He has doubled. Flew out the center and walked and driven in a run. Here's the pitch to Gilbert. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. That'll be out number 2. Brian's still down there at first. And we got Daryl Cheney up now. Cheney is 0 for 3. Can he do something here with 2 outs and a runner down at first? He has grounded out twice to short and flew out the right. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. And that'll end the inning as Parrish makes the catch. Braves strand 1. We go to the 9th. Braves 4-0. Can NIEKRO get this shutout? He'll have Cash, Dawson, and Perez due up here in the 9th inning. Cash is 1 for 3. He struck out single and flew out the left. And that's going to be against the 17. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Nice play out there by Burris for out number 1. Here comes Andre Dawson, the Hawk. He is 1 for 3 today. He is single, grounded out the second, flew out the right. And he gets a hold of this, drives this ball in the right field down the first base line. It drops into fair territory. That's going to be a 1-out double. Expos ain't done yet. Brings Perez up to the plate. Now 1 out, a runner in scoring position. That'll get Rick Camp up in the bullpen just in case NIEKRO can't get at this complete game. And Perez has popped up the second, grounded out the short, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. A 7 and a 21. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a line drive down the second. He'll look the runner back. Runner will get back to second. So now there's 2 outs. Runner down at second for Valentine. And here's Valentine. He's 0 for 3. He is grounded out to the pitcher, flew out the left and grounded out the short. Down to their last out. That's a high fly ball in the right field. Brian waits for it to come down, makes the catch, and the Braves split this double hitter and win 4-0 on a complete game shut. Take a look here at the box score. See what this is. Probably about NIEKRO's shutout. NIEKRO throws a shutout, his second of the year. So the Expos, no runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Braves, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Andre Dawson had a decent game against NIEKRO, went 2 for 4. Expos obviously didn't score, so they was 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. Jerry Royster, top of the order, didn't do bad. Office 2 for 5. Biff Pocoroba 3 for 4 with that 2-run homer. The Braves were only 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and they left 7 men on base. Al Doss goes to 1-1, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 5. That's what did him in, was the walks. Struck out 1 and gave up the home run to Pocoroba. Holdsworth comes in, pitches an inning, gives up a hit and gets a strikeout. NIEKRO goes the distance, goes to 5-1, 9 innings, 5 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 8. Let's do some fast play here in the National League for May 9th. First game we got is the Mets against the Reds. See what happens up here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the Reds shut out the Mets. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. The Mets out hit them. No runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. You had the, looks like a pitch hit home run by Bench, unless he got walked. Let's take a look here. Bench was only 1 for 1 with a homer. And that's exactly, he had a walk. Let's look at the scorecard here with Bench. He hit the home run, got hit by a pitch, and walked. The Reds scored the run in the first and that home run in the second. And that's all they needed. And now you got the Cardinals going out to LA to take on the Dodgers. See what happens out here in sunny California. And the Cardinals win a close one. 9 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. And the Dodgers out hit them but couldn't beat them. 8 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. Then you got the Houston Astros going up to Philadelphia to take on the Phils. Nice pitching matchup. JR against Christensen. And the Phils shut out. How about that? A 1-hitter. J.R. Richardson, a 1-hitter, loses the game. Astros struck out 13 batters. We got to look at this box score. That's a crazy game. The Astros and the Phillies. Take a look here at the box score. Astros, no runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The Phillies, 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. Cruz had a 2 for 3 game. They were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, left 9 men on base. The only hit of the game was Greg Lazinski. And they was 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position and only left 3 men on base. Let's look at this scorecard and see how they scored this 1 run in the second inning. You had a double by Lazinski, a ground ball that gets him over the third. Maddox with a sacrifice fly, and that's all they needed. As Larry Christensen shuts him out with an 8-hit scattered over 9 innings. Had a single in the first. He had a single and a walk in the second. Walked a guy in the fourth. In the 6th inning, they had their chances, but a double play ruined it. A single, then a double play, a double, and Cruz doesn't score on the single by Watson. And Howe grounds out. Then you had a single in the 7th and a single in the 8th. Crazy game. 1-0 on one hitter. How many innings did Perez pitch? Go back here to the scorecard. JR went the distance, 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 13, and picks up the loss. Larry, 9 innings, 8 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 2, and gets the win. Crazy game there. Now we got the Cubbies and the Padres out in San Diego. And the Padres win 4 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Cubbies 2 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. And the last game here on May 9th is the Pirates at San Francisco. Don Robinson with his league leading .84 ERAs on the mound for the Pirates. And the Pirates win 4-2. Let's see what the Stars for. Omar Moreno steals 4 bases in the game, folks. Take a look at this box score. See if he stole third or anything crazy like that. Yep. He must have stole third there. Stole second and then stole third in the 7th. Then he stole second and third again in the 8th. Pretty darn impressive. Pirates, 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Giants, 2 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. You had Robinson going 2 for 4. Parker 1 for 4 with a homer. Pirates were 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position, left 8 men on base. Darrell Evans had a good game for the Giants, 2 for 3. The Giants were only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 8 men on base. Robinson goes the distance, goes 9 innings, gives up 9 hits. Unfortunately, probably his ERA increased to 1.9. Gave up 2 runs, walked 1, and struck out 5. Not a bad when your ERA goes up and you only gave up 2 runs. John Montefiasco falls to 2-5, 7 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 5, struck out 5, and gave up a homer. Moffitt comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, and a walk. And LaVelle, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Take a look here at the standings now after May 9th. And Expos and Pirates are now tied for the lead in the National League East. Phillies are now only a half a game behind. Cubbies 2.5, Cardinals 9, and the lonely Mets 10 games back. The Dodgers are 3.5 games up on the Giants. Padres 4.5, Cincinnati Reds 6.5, the Astros 7, and the Braves are now 7.5 games back. And you got Willie Montez now leading the National League with a .392 batting average as Larry Parrish went 0 for and the doubleheader. George Foster still got 9 homers and 28 RBIs to lead the National League. And now Mike Paxton's leading with a .39 ERA. You got 3 pitchers tied with 5 wins. Oh, sorry, wrong league. Don Robinson still leading the National League with a .09 ERA. You got 2 pitchers with 5 wins, Phil NIEKRO and Steve Rogers. Raleigh Fingers with 6 saves. George Foster still leading in MVP voting, and Rogers is leading in the Cy Young. I want to thank y'all for tuning in today, watching this second game of a doubleheader. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.